doesn't sound like the first one.
He's the cute Randy.
That's one. Let's go here and welcome to
Shadow.
Buenos Dias.
I'm in spectator avatar just so that I can get to the room without anyone thinking Coraline's been up all night reading.
Alright.
What do you mean?
So, yeah.
I love it.
What do
So.
you mean the other?
But yeah, she might be looking for you to further medical training.
Fuck, I knew I forgot to do something. Didn't prepare what I could teach. I'm just tired and they're messing me up. I'm gonna wing it something, I guess.
Sorry.
We did, right?
I'm sorry for the memes.
Based off the after.
Yeah, so yeah, welcome to another episode. I hope it's gonna be fun.
She's doing the same thing.
Yeah, all of that is working. I'm using voice model, so you're gonna be seeing that before.
Mom's car. Beep beep.
Now you're dead.
I wanted to real quick grab about the plan.
I love you. You want me to decide what the middle thing in it does, or do you have something planned for that?
My
I
God
ship it.
now.
Time to mute audio. Wait, am I already muting the audio? Yeah. Okay, I think it's about high time to open. Model be looking good. But still we are like cards down, cards down, cards down, cards down.
The good old fridge.
Ceiling.
Who's in here?
Recharge completed. Trauma operational. Voice detected. Hello. Item.
I am in the storage area.
Dun, dun, dun.
This looks quite
Doing
professional.
Indeed. It is definitely a nicer fridge than before.
Correct. I believe I heard voices coming from down below, or someone sounding like they want to get
Don't forget
in.
to close the door. I do not have the codes.
Of course. Thank you for your work. I'm coming down below.
good morning.
Hey, Trauma.
Good morning, Miss Coraline. Are you alright?
Yeah, I was just up all night reading some books.
If you have any trouble with the fridge, let me know.
Of course, I will make sure to inform you. Thank you again for your hard work.
Of course.
I'm here to get a bit more medical training.
I see. If you are feeling up for it, you do sound quite tired.
Also, out of character, this will be something that I'll add for sessions after this one, but there'll be like black cracks going across her hands, but it doesn't seem to have any like physical negative effects.
Should I consider this a side effect of your abilities?
Yeah.
Understood. Very well. I will admit, after yesterday's happenings on the outside, I spent the entire night recharging. I did not spend much processing time figuring out next step of the plan, of the training plan, but I will figure something out.
Alright.
Please follow.
Well, to be fair, my father always said there's no simulation like the real thing.
Actually, we might use the supply room again. Item just helped install a proper medical fridge. We won't have to worry about our supplies going bad.
That's always good.
And new security measures have been installed to make sure that it stays safe.
Yeah, when I'm not feeling so tired, I could probably head out with a small group, I could probably head out to look for like any materials to help keep this place stocked a bit.
That would be most likely wise. I have started looking into creating antitoxin from one of the plants that Holston has in their garden. The initial usage has seen success, but this medicine is primarily antitoxin. Obviously, other types will require other specimens, ingredients.
Yeah.
As for the training, to partially reinforce what you have already witnessed before, when it comes to most types of injuries, at the very least those that are of the bladed nature, slashes, cuts, something that usually doesn't leave a foreign object, like a bullet, inside a body, the standard procedure in general terms is to first stop the bleeding, to make sure your patient doesn't bleed out, then proceeding with cleaning the wound, as you do not want the infection to spread in. It will not mean much if you
Mm.
seal the wound shut, if an infection gets in, and your patient starts suffering from that.
Mm.
Then, following, depending on how deep is the wound itself, you either go straight towards bandaging it to make sure the skin has time to naturally connect and heal, or if it is deep and the wound is quite large, you have to sew. So, not sure about pronouncing. You need to use
stitch
some
it together.
Yes. To use stitching equipment to stitch it together, and then following with bandaging the wound.
Mm.
Of course, while doing any kind of stitching or surgery, and this is the most general note, you cannot forget to take all the items in. Sometimes, in the dire circumstances, you will have to put a bandage or a gauze inside the body to have the best chance of stemming the bleeding. But then when you start stitching the body, make sure to take those out. Again, foreign objects inside a body will most likely, almost certainly, cause an infection that in the worst circumstances can lead to a septic shock and death.
Okay.
As for bludgeoning wounds, trauma from getting hit by sledgehammer or taking a fall, usually that means bruised muscle, broken or shattered bones. As for breakings and sprains, there are quite a few methods and certain moves, for a lack of better words. You position your hands around the area where the broken bone is or sprained bone is, and you need to conduct a sharp, swift movement to set it properly. Of course, that if you do not have too much experience or actually you remember entire human anatomy or anatomy of any organic being to know exactly every single bone in a body and know exactly how they supposed to be, then it is possible you might either go not enough or a little bit too much.
Too much.
Of course, at your level, at the start, you probably, if you have to, should only deal with the closed breakings. The open breakage with the bone sticking outside the body, this is slightly more advanced, and while it is possible to use enough force and not make situation worse to put it back in, but for an inexperienced personnel, this has a high chance to make things worse.
Alright.
As for shattered bones, this is a type of injury that, apart from the treatment making sure that it does not get worse, some injuries, they do require your own body to naturally process. Of course, if someone has a shattered bone, it is possible to conduct a prolonged surgery, opening up their insides, making sure that the bone in question is stitched together like a puzzle. It is not the most elegant analogy, but it works. And with stitching it together, making sure that when the body regenerates naturally, it's still connected properly. However, I assume, as I do not have much knowledge myself, that with abilities such as your own, the body's natural regeneration can be increased. But I will say that I do not know fully how natural regeneration would interact with your own powers. In terms of, for example, if you have a patient with their bones sticking out of their body, if you start healing them, would this bone set itself back naturally, or would it cause something unpleasant?
Well, I suppose the only way to know would be to find out, but I would personally... But it would need to be someone that's either already got a heritage similar to mine, or someone who's willing to just be a testing dummy.
Then my suggestion that for the time being, if you do need to use your own ability to heal someone, at least try to first make sure the body is in a state that you would consider acceptable to heal naturally, because that leads to a side point, especially when it comes to broken bones. In some cases, you will have patients that have old injuries or slightly older injuries, not fresh, and their body started to heal naturally. But because, for example, bone was not set properly, it started healing in a wrong way, which means that you have to break the bone in question first before setting it properly.
Okay.
So, in a way,
Alright.
one would consider this first doing some harm, but in the grand scheme of things, this is helping patient. Analyzing. Now that I think about that, I believe if ever comes to that, I will need an assistance, as my prime directive does not seem to have exception to its rule. I cannot do any, no matter the end outcome. But that's besides the point.
And it's gonna be a bit most likely before something like that ends up happening.
Correct. If we are lucky, we won't have to worry about that for foreseeable future.
And that's assuming that there isn't already someone in Crossroads who just doesn't and to feel like it just doesn't feel like opening up about it.
That is true. I am aware about one of the citizens that did mention they have an old injury, and I accept that they do not wish it to be looked at. Because that is the case that if enough time has passed and some injuries will just become scars or old injury that you
Yeah.
cannot do much about it, and you just have to live with the consequences of it.
Yeah.
But other than that, when it comes to this fridge, if we ever have the need and you decide to donate blood, there's enough room that I'm sure we can dedicate specific section for unique type of blood to make sure that we do not give your type of blood to a wrong
Yeah.
person.
Might be a good idea to do that with all of them in general, just in case.
Of course, they will be labeled. I'm sure they are. Thankfully, it seems like during this night, Mystics and Seth were busy taking blood donations from people. This is good. I was worried we were getting low.
Okay, so to recap, if it's a deep wound, it's best to. You forgot to close the door, didn't you?
I believe I did close it. Miss Coco, hello. Are the doors at the front were they opened?
It was open. It was like it was open.
So
Perhaps
Alright.
it is my
if it was
mistake.
closed. Oh, if this is a part. If this was.
Oh no,
If
it's
this was a
fine.
private
I'm just getting
conversation,
some.
I can.
It's-
No, I'm just getting some. No, Coco. I'm just getting some I'm just getting medical training.
Oh, I see.
And that's my
I wish I
error.
forgot.
I could have sworn I closed the door.
Sometimes we make mistakes. Yeah, but just to recap, if it's a deep wound, make sure to clean it thoroughly enough to where it won't catch an infection. And if it's in addition to make sure that it heals properly, make sure to be able to stitch it. And if it's deep enough to where it would need it, and then for broken bones or try to set it, but for the time being, don't mess with any broken bones that are punctured through the skin without someone more experienced assisting me.
That would be correct.
Alright. I think I've got the general idea.
Very well. I will be sure to think of next lesson, because if I heard right, Miss Coco wished to speak with you.
Yes. Yeah. Coco?
I was
Let's
just
head to
checking up
the.
on you.
Oh. Okay, so
Also,
out of
yes,
character.
I would like to talk to. I would like
yeah,
to
out.
talk to you.
Yeah. Also, out of character, like, this is something I'm gonna add to the Abby for future sessions. But, you'll see, like, what looks to be black cracks going across her hands.
Ooh. Let's go to the robot place.
Robo Crew.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
Mm. Mm. Coco? Did you have a lot to drink last night?
What in the... That is new. Don't believe I can get anything more out of it, cunning as it is. I will need to ask Houston about it. That is quite surprising. Nice, 29 people.
I see you have noticed the fruits of my labor.
Yes, I noticed that the plant seemingly blossomed. Your sign has been broken down, but I did not
Temporary setback.
expect this to happen, but then again, I am lacking in botanical knowledge.
The three prongs in the middle are the most interesting. They resemble the mushrooms in the sewers, based on what I have seen.
It is interesting.
This
I-
might be half plant, half fungi. Or perhaps the mushrooms in the sewers are not mushrooms at all. It is hard to say. I do not have any samples of the mushrooms. And I also lack knowledge of fungi.
The specimens existing underground, I am fairly confident in saying that they are mushrooms, but it is definitely a specific species, one that adapted to the circumstances, the slag-rich environment, But now
The
that you
spores
have
they produce
Wow, this is a
seem
big plant.
volatile.
indeed question that Houston mentioned as I'm doing the scanning, do I detect radiation from those three prongs?
Nope.
Understood. Thank you.
They're radiation free. Yeah, but you do detect that they process it somehow. They may have had radiation.
Bottom
This is a
feeders.
cool plant. Where did you get it?
Interesting.
I was given the seeds to it. I believe they came from the Liberty.
Hmm. You think it eats people?
It likes flesh in the soil. It probably would eat somebody if they jumped in the middle. It is the
Good to
same
know.
plant as before. The one you had the doctor touch.
The one he has allergies for. Fantastic. We have new arrivals. I'm just getting them settled in.
I have noticed. One of them appears to be a rabbit. I hope they don't eat my garden. At least not all of it.
Wow. That would be unfortunate. We rely on it for food after all. Impressive plant though. You should keep watering it.
I have been.
Good news that it is radiation free compared to the samples down below, and even more, perhaps apart from the antitoxin, this plant might be used for producing anti-radiation pills. Perhaps. I am still not entirely sure if that will be possible, but it will not hurt to
Pills,
try.
perhaps not, but an anti-radiation measure, most likely. Pills may not be the correct form of application. Perhaps more of a cream.
That might be a better choice, but some research will have to be done.
The most interesting thing is this. He'll slowly let one of the spores that are flying around land on his claw on the top of it. And you'll see a mushroom immediately start sprouting from the claw. It gets about the size of a normal sized mushroom. And then due to the fact that he's robotic, it kind of just dries up and falls off. And then wilts away to dust.
Interesting. That indicates very immense growth potential.
It might be the cause of what caused all the other plants to grow so fast. I would not suggest any humans or organics touch it, or anything the spores could probably feed off of. I do not know what you are made of, either. Some robots might not be good if their electricity is exposed.
Synthetic. I understand.
That's not what I mean.
I will take proper precautions.
I imagine nothing permanent will happen. But you never know. Would be worth testing, but probably not now.
Better safe than sorry, as organics used to say.
It has sadly taken the plants from the front plot. I'll likely have more though behind it, though it might crush those as well.
That
I'll have to
said,
move some things around.
that would be correct. The question is there a limit? And even if there's not,
Unknown.
I believe some measures should be taken to make sure there is a limit.
Oh,
Worst comes to worst, I will kill the
are you
plant.
right?
Okay. Okay, that's...
Oh,
Yes, that is a big flower. What the...
not in full bloom yet.
Why?
I think.
Why?
I have been working on the plants.
Aliens.
Oh. May
Is
help.
it going to poison the rest of the crops?
Is- I was about to say, if too close, may infect them.
I would
Not good.
advise not touching the plant itself or the spores.
Or not.
Okay. What?
Plants.
Okay.
Lamps.
Dog, plant,
Okay.
Plants.
plants.
I am...
Plants.
That reminds me. I have
okay.
noticed you are a rabbit. Here is a truth.
Yes?
Please do not eat my garden. Pulls out a carrot.
Eat garden. Oh. I help garden.
That is all I could ask for. I've had rabbits consume
Oh,
my
Oh,
garden
helping.
before in the old times. They
Well,
were
not
rather
eat.
big rabbits, though.
and help.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one for you too,
Oh.
dog.
Oh my goodness, I am not.
Just started and Latte took
You're
my
crazy.
ID. It's...
Not sure it's invented, but it is okay.
You're not going to touch it
Latte took
again,
my
are
ID.
you?
I can't go back to tower right now. It's fucked. I want to go to paperwork.
Also, greetings, new arrival.
Just check it.
What's the Tempest?
Hello?
Yes, this is standard procedure.
Dog is dog. Dog
Designation?
is good boy. Tarja,
And Lewis.
I don't think so.
Greetings. Designation added, Miss Arja.
What did he do?
Designation trauma.
Nothing. I'm bored.
oh,
If you apologies,
Man,
There's nothing
Tom
I
is
can
good boy?
fucking do about
I don't care. I don't
Greetings,
care. Please
Dr.
know
Prometheus.
where I am.
That's
Oh,
fine.
the sound- the sweet,
Howdy,
sweet
how's
sound
it
of my voice
going?
Miss
away
Zoe.
from
good, good.
it is going well. Hospital has received some new
Oh,
additions.
dog,
It is
that.
good to
What's
see you again.
that?
That is Houston's land. I would advise against touching it or the spores.
Does it have a name?
Mighty impressive.
I am working on that. I have not thought of one yet.
So, what about these new patients?
It has a scientific name, but I am unable
Not
to
new patient,
any help?
new
Sounds like a
addition
running-
to the hospital in terms of
Oh,
equipment.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I
in that
see.
case,
Good.
you could
I
probably
would
get
like
some
to
new
check
ones,
that out.
Like,
I
I've
believe
been diving into my research, sadly, so I didn't have any
Miss-
time.
Mystics provided you with access codes. You will find that
Yeah.
the supply room is now more secure
For now.
and has proper fridge for our blood and other things that require cold temperature.
Laugh-track.exe.
Y'all got even more fancy things. I cannot believe it. Where do you get all these?
I do not have an answer for this,
was that convincing?
but if you see item anywhere, you can thank him for his work.
Howdy!
Though perhaps more
He probably didn't hear me.
vocal would help, but I am
Oh,
unsure.
they turned and waved. Yes, I would like to take a check.
Right behind you. You never
Louder,
look both
perhaps.
ways.
Enjoy.
More from the gut.
I will practice. My vocal process is a shit. No. It's understood. Yes.
I see.
Can you laugh?
I can imitate sound.
Ah,
If you want to climb to the
I
top,
see.
you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet. Anyways,
Trauma.
Good day, Miss Six.
Whoa. Holy shit.
Okay.
Lamp.
Oh, yeah, plamped. Oh, extra gravity.
Oh, don't go near, it's poison.
Oh, no, I stay right here. Actually, I stay right here.
Yes, I think I just got a little too close myself. I'm just.
We had some new residents come in today. Orange one named Cutter, and then a rabbit one, don't know name, but we'll probably need medical records in the next couple days if you feel up to the task.
I will add that to my notes to the task list.
No rush. Couple days, it's fine. Sev taking care of one of them, so you know.
Is it me or is that one bigger than when I last
Thank you.
saw it?
Oh no, it's way bigger.
It's a plant that grow.
If you need someone
haven't
else to
been
take
over
off
here
plate,
in a
let
while.
Sticks know, and we'll shuffle it around.
I think it will be fine as small. I have not seen them at all apart from that one
I
time.
let a spore land on my claw, and I'm bringing it over.
They're eating
the
at
spore
Noodle
grows
Shop
into
at
a
the moment,
mushroom,
and I think they'll be there for a little
and then
bit.
it falls off and dies.
I see. I might try to get them.
I should not
Take time.
suggest
We have
touching it
a
if
couple
you're
days.
organic.
No worries. No rush.
Of course, I can also report that the medical fridge is fully set up and the security doors work as well.
Yes! I'll have to check it out here in a little bit. We'll be heading there to check on
You're one
Thatch's
of the
leg
ones that
later
went
on.
on the mission underground, yes.
I did not go
Very
on that
well.
mission, no.
I see.
I check on Carrie after everything, and I'll be around.
Of course.
Action.
Uh oh. Yeah.
No, it's just saying hi,
Greetings,
Sticks. I hope you're
welcome.
doing well.
Thank you for
Today
your
is better than yesterday's.
work as well. I believe you assisted item.
Oh, with the fridge, yes.
You need something?
Very well.
Just
Thank you
curious,
for your work.
What would one have to do
Yes, anytime.
to become, like, even though that I'm still getting lessons from trauma, what was someone...
Greetings, Felix.
At the noodle shop.
Do you like bug burgers?
I shared one with him earlier.
Good morning, Miss Carey.
What kind of name is dog? I mean, it's a wonderful name if the person is like,
No,
you know.
if you meet him, it makes
How are you doing well today?
He's definitely a dog.
He had like a blue hoodie.
Maybe we can take yourself.
Doing fine.
Carrie. Carrie's always running
Um,
around. She's usually not running.
Do you-
How's the blood drive going?
That's so shiny.
As I've checked the supply room, there were some donations,
We kind of need this. It's
but I'm hoping that more people will come in the upcoming days.
I get some new arrivals, so maybe you should ask them.
That is correct.
They're up in the noodle shop, some of them.
Do we have to like defend this?
I specifically went looking for Mr. Mole. Do you require Almus, Reaper Dog?
We're kind of a crew.
No, not really.
Yeah, we call ourselves the Stray.
I see.
We didn't really have a very easy time getting in here. This thing got us out of a few jams. I think Liv kind of is in need of it for her own
Trauma.
comfort.
No, trauma's
That's
cool.
understandable.
Oh, there's dog.
No smell!
Hey, dog.
No smell!
What's up, buddy?
No! No! No!
Hold up, I got you.
No smell! No! No!
Splat.
No!
1 second. Okay.
I do not like this.
I smell apple!
Give me a minute.
No.
How about a little bit of bug burger tartare? Yeah, hold on. Don't touch. Ooh.
Greetings. New designations.
Oh, not the robot.
Oh, I got chopsticks.
Hey, robot.
Oh.
My name is Trauma.
I didn't know we were.
Designation?
Trauma.
Skewer.
Kira.
Kira. Designation added.
Right.
Oh, Dr. Grove, and this who is in front of you is Liv. Nice to meet you.
Very well. Designations added. Nice to meet you as well.
You eat yet? Let me clean up a little.
Hey!
Thatch, we got incoming.
Liv, that's your cue. Wave, remember?
I can't
Just a
hear.
wave.
Good morning, Miss Seth.
Oh, we got full house.
There you go, you're getting better at it.
Morning. There's a lot of people in here right now.
Okay, I should ask who's staying,
Correct.
who's going.
I'm gonna stay here for a bit. Do not like stairs though.
Going where?
Hello. Hello. Do not like stairs.
Mr. Mole is not present in here. Also, good morning to you, new arrival.
And then, oh, sorry.
Howdy.
Any designation one wishes to be used?
Your hair. It's very nice.
Sure. Cutter. Nice to meet you.
Very well. Designation cutter added. Designation trauma. Part of medical staff.
Right. Syringe board, got it.
Oh, I like your goggles. They're so cute.
Thanks.
I hope you will enjoy your stay in Crossroads.
What exactly do people do around here for
Sure.
professions and to
Excuse me.
So we don't really have the money
What's
thing,
up?
or we haven't yet. But people have opened
What's the
special.
gang situation?
So like we have mechanics, we have like research, we have magic work
kind
in
of
progress,
two.
we have noodle shop.
Kind
It's
of.
sort of like wherever your thing is, you know.
We're one of them.
Oh, I see.
Do
It's
medical?
not hostile.
We need medical.
yeah, I do.
We do have.
Been practicing for several years now, around 7 or 8. Now I also have plenty of experience within the fields of biology and life science, so
Strays, yeah.
a pretty wide array of things.
You could read, right? You were always.
Good morning, Trauma.
Remembering that wrong.
Good morning, Carl.
A little bit.
What do you want me to read?
There are quite a few new people.
Right now, just in general.
Yes.
Sticks.
Well,
I mean,
medical
you know,
needed,
small
then
works, but
that seems like something
more
that
or less.
I can
I mean, I
provide
don't
if
think that
needed.
across.
Of course, with Liv's help.
How are you doing? Well,
Your leaves are down.
Maybe fancy book.
Negative. We have suffered major frame damage.
Okay. I suppose we'll wander around here just for a little bit.
that is
With you, Liv, then.
not good to hear. I hope our mechanics will be able to help you.
Alright, Liv, let's go.
Almost is currently making us a new body,
Yes, the cut.
as this one is outdated for the time.
I'm not sure where to.
I see. He seems like a professional. I'm sure you are in good hands.
fire. That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
I've heard that and I'm just like,
That is good. I need to look for one mole. I heard he was around, but I have yet to see him. I will be seeing you around.
Good luck on your search.
Explosive that can make a crater, and it's inside here, and I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just hearing thing by ear.
Oh, you mean the over there? Yeah, they have missiles.
Oh, am I right?
I don't know why. Ask Carl.
Okay, so see, I am right. God.
Well, honestly, it's probably better to have it in a place where people can't just blow it up.
My concern is that it's inside. Why shouldn't it be
Wanted you to speak with the council. What you guys found was.
I believe we already told you already speak.
There's quite a lot of people. Yeah, I'm not sure what that kerfuffle in the start was, but I am pretty damn sure I did close the doors. So yeah, with approaching this with good faith, I think that it might have been maybe desync issue. Attempting to locate computer. Unless we are supposed to treat that there is one here. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm looking to see if Trauma or Styx is in here. I was gonna ask if there was a spare medical first aid kit that I could take with me, because me and a few others are gonna be scavenging someplace. Oh, hey, Trauma.
Hello. Again.
Is there a spare medical kit that I can take? I'm gonna be going on a scavenging mission into
later, you know.
I
It's just in
believe
case.
when it comes to basic general use stuff, we should have
Go
one
in there, Liv.
to
The
spare.
hospital.
When it comes
That
to
room? Yes, that
more
room. Go in that one.
specialized equipment,
A staircase.
Yeah,
I am not
I just need something basic.
comfortable in
Just something basic.
using it for training. But yes, basic first aid should be possible.
Yeah. Yeah, I just need a basic, simple medkit, just like something that's got like basic stuff like gauze, wrap, stuff like that. Because this is a place that either has or used to have raiders.
Understood. I'm sure Miss Duffy. Did you brought it or should I take it?
I grabbed some stuff.
Okay. Okay. Probably gonna need a pouch for this. I've got a lot of pockets. Alright.
This is, yeah, it was in a bag. This is medication for the wound.
Alright. Well,
I'm gonna head over to the gate at the correct that I came from.
We shall have plenty of fun times here. Once we get our footing, of course. What needs to happen? Alright, that's fine. We're adaptable. You've got the working android body, and I've got the medical knowledge. We'll make something work.
Hello, again. Were you given access code to the hospital? I am not sure if you have talked with Miss Dix about joining the hospital staff.
Oh, yes, we talked to her a little bit before we left, that one noodle eating place. Barracks, wherever that place was, I didn't actually catch the name of it. She said that there was, a need potentially for help, and, well, I've been studying for several years in medicinals and medical practice and, life sciences, so I thought that I would at least throw my proverbial hat into the ring.
That would
And,
be
well, with
appreciated.
Liv to more or less handle the, yes, Liv, the hand part, I think that we can do well in terms of both knowledge and skill.
Very well. I will gladly welcome another medical personnel. It seems like Crossroads is getting quite a few new residents.
And with new residents, new need to have enough people to go around, especially with how things are out there on the outside of the walls, so I say sure, it might be well to throw a little bit of our work and elbow grease into it. We're happy to oblige.
I do not have authorization, so if you make final decision, make sure that Miss Dix provided you with access codes to the hospital itself and the supply room.
Hospital and supply room. And you said that we need to talk to Styx about that, right?
Correct. She is the hospital manager.
The hospital manager? I see, alright. Well, writing down a note, I will make sure to do that.
Very well. I am looking forward to working with both of you in the future.
Oh, of course. Same here. You're a practitioner of medicine too?
Correct. Designation trauma, short for combat trauma surgeon. I specialize in trauma surgery, as you might suspect.
Oh, I see. Well, it's very impressive. I think we'll get along great.
I seem to have some missing chunks of information from my data banks, but every day is a learning experience.
I see. Liv and I have been trying to catch up as well. We've traveled here for a really long amount of time, and we've been having to catch up on a lot of things ourselves. This whole, I guess you would say, arrangement that we have, it's not exactly something that we've been doing for very long. We're trying to make it work as, well, I can't really go anywhere, and, well, she can't access where I am. So, this is the best we can do for the moment being, helping each other out. She's having her first step out from the complex's area, and I'm not stuck completely alone without access to the outside world, so I call it a pretty good deal.
Symbiosis is a natural occurring thing in the world. It is good to see that you are cooperating well.
Symbiosis. Oh, that's one of my favorite words. I'm so glad somebody else actually uses it. Regardless, you're definitely right about that. We've, sort of made our own little system for most of these things. We're getting to know each other just well enough that we're able to pick up on some cues, but we still, it's not like a judgment on you. No, don't give me that look. I know you're giving me that look. I can see your facial receptors. Yes, anyways, we've had to iron out quite a few things. It's not very easy being a, well, second voice in this young lady's mind. Even being an android, she's having a little bit of a tough time keeping up with things. She was a domestic security droid before this, not really meant for all of this responsibility, but we're making it work.
In times like this, adapt is the way to go. From professional curiosity, as I have my specialization, I wonder, do you perhaps have knowledge or specialize in, for a lack of better term, brain stuff, mental traumas, psychological issues, analyzing brainwaves?
As a matter of fact, I do. I haven't actually put any of that to use, with Liv behind the hands, so I'd probably like to give her a little bit of a primer course on some things before I try it out, but suffice it to say the knowledge is there, and once we're up and running on something that works for the both of us, then I'm sure we'll be able to provide services such as that if need be. I have a specialty in lots of the, I guess you would say, more intensive sorts of operations and studies, none of which go on in terms of medicinals. The group that I used to work for, well, it was a proper institute, but regardless, we sort of had a little bit of a special group of projects we used to work on. It included lots of things, and I got a large wealth of knowledge from those days. I'm hoping that I can find a way to put it to good use, and, well, I guess we'll have to see about that.
That is good. That was one of the main blank spots in my data banks. So it is good to see that we have someone that can fill those. And for second thing, do you perchance, considering you just said that you had, well, the institute was dealing with many projects, do you have experience in producing medicine?
I have, and what I don't have on hand, I certainly have the documentation and other sorts of resources here in the bunker that I could most likely make things happen.
Very well. For now, the crossroads are living off by what was scavenged from surrounding area, especially from the Liberty, that wreckage you can see on the horizon. But logic dictates that those supplies will run out sooner or later, and setting up own means of production would be a valid goal.
Ah, yes. Might be a little bit of a project for sure, but if I need to play pharmacist, then as long as the required facilities are there, I'd be happy to oblige for that as well. Might be a resource that definitely needs to be provided, given the necessity for pharmaceuticals like that. How good about that?
So far,
I'd probably have to talk a little bit more with you and Styx about that, I would assume.
There are some spare rooms still to be used. Pharmacy could be the objective, to set one of these rooms as a pharmacy. From personal experience, I did some basic research when it comes to that big plant you can see at the garden. And I would say that the tests to create antitoxin have been successful, with already being used in the field.
Oh, okay. That goes for a long way in terms of legitimizing some further practices. We know that we can at least do some rudimentary bits. That's good to hear. Well, I'll have plenty of time on my hands, so I think I'll more or less look around the bunker for other things that I can use to more or less help in preparing myself for either doing such activities or perhaps being some kind of advisor for exactly what we can do to further that sort of goal. I don't know off the top of my mind exactly how that would work in terms of broadening the pharmaceutical reach of the town. We did just get here, so it'll take us a little bit of time to get used to things, plus our new role that we're going to be playing, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'll write a bunch of notes down, rest assured, and I'll get into it right away.
Understood. Thank you for your cooperation. In case of further queries, feel free to reach out to any of the hospital staff.
Any of the others? Well, I know you now, and I know Styx. Who else may we inquire to?
I believe you have passed them. There's Miss Steph. They are also synthetic. You can recognize them by the cat ears, I believe. And there's lack of cover in their midsection. You can see the spinal cord going through.
Alright.
Additionally, we have Dr. Prometheus, an older-looking gentleman with a mustache and dark clothes, who is usually assisted by... She didn't give specific names, so I think that the denizens of Crossroads call her different names, such as anything or Miss Zoe. I stick with Miss Zoe. That usually carries a big pack of things. And I think, but I'm not sure, they might be closest to dog-like species. And you will recognize them by their eye being cybernetic. One of their eyes being cybernetic.
Oh, I see. Alright, that's good to know. Identifying features like that are definitely a lot easier for me. It's already hard enough trying to second-hand this ocular gear that of which Liv has. It's not the best quality. We're hoping to improve that as time goes on, but we have to deal with what we have. Liv was basically sitting inside of a containment unit on the outside of the complex that we're both from for quite some time. So she kind of had a little bit of a rough time of no upkeep for, at the very least, a couple of years.
I can understand. I have awoken in a tomb. Again, I am looking forward for working together. You are free to observe. I am gonna double check the computer records and awaiting at the reception in case anyone else comes by or if you have to leave. Generally speaking, if there's no medical staff on hospital, we try to make sure the doors stay closed.
Right, doors stay closed, but nobody's in... Okay, I got that. That's easy enough. Once I get proper protocol down with sticks, of course. So I'll probably have to actually go do that. That might be a good thing to get out of the way.
Correct. I will be seeing you around, I hope.
Of course. Liv and I are looking forward to it. Isn't that right, Liv? We should probably go and find sticks, don't you think? I think we'll go and do that now. Thank you again for your time.
And thank you for yours. I need to sit down because holy shit, my legs hurt. Give me a moment, I'm just checking some things.
Which direction, Liv? Good choice.
Okay, I need to double check their name. I should know it. What's in the Discord? I don't see them. Unfortunate. Give me a moment. And again, apologies that seeing this. Dr. Wilhelmina and Liv. With Liv being the robot. They introduced themselves in character. I just used the character sheet to character discussion to like double check. I'm terrible with names, so sorry for that. Okay, but god damn it, my freaking like everything hurts standing still.
Box is a car. Oh, trauma.
Hello again.
Can I bring the car inside? I am driving up the stairs.
Hello.
Greetings.
I am the car now.
This is the
How do I go upstairs?
Like on top.
I can
Am I allowed to go on top?
show you. Of course, you can. In the meantime, I am meaning to ask. Actually, give me a moment. I will open the door or other medical stuff when you have to leave. The elevator is still out of action, and you can use this staircase to get up.
There's so much diversity.
Right.
I did not know you could be a car.
Oh. Careful.
Oh, yeah. I can be a car.
Apologies.
I go upstairs. Bye.
Keep following upwards.
Right.
And I'm aware that you are a new arrival, and I imagine that normally it could be taken badly, but when it comes to medical resources, blood is one of the most important ones. And there is a pretty much constant open blood drive. So if you are willing, either throughout the day or during the night, to donate, it will be always welcome. I believe I will be approaching other new arrivals with the same information.
Right. I will think about it. Right.
Very well.
Very good place to be up here. You can see everything.
That would be correct. However, bear in mind that if there is no hospital staff inside, the hospital itself is locked down. Closed, I should say.
Right. Mm-hmm. How you work? You robot, right?
That is correct. I am synthetic.
Right. You have a personality, right?
One could say that Prime Directive is everything. Prime Directive states to save lives, do no harm.
Not all robot like you. So you have personality. Huh?
I may not be the best source to answer that question. I have my responsibilities.
Right. I do not know. I don't know how robots work.
Sometimes I am not entirely sure myself. I never had a chance to speak with my creators.
You're very shiny. Have you broken parts I can take?
I've suffered little damage since I arrived at Crossroads. There was one incident with the corrosive gas, but the robo crew managed to patch it properly. I apologize, but I do not think there are any spare parts that can be taken from this frame.
You go to me when your part is broken, so I can make something good.